Well, it's been a top priority for the Prince George's County State's Attorney, Aisha Braveboy, that's reforming the juvenile justice system. With the help of diversion programs and partnerships, the goal is to stop the school-to-prison pipeline. You may recall plans were announced a few months ago. But this week, a youth justice reform symposium is being held at Bowie State University. And joining us this morning is Council Member at Large Calvin Hawkins and Joshua Omalola, a student board member for the Board of Education. Thank you guys for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
So let's talk about this event. We know it's happening Friday inside the Student Center at Bowie State University. What can people expect when they get there? People
can expect a very lively engagement with what's happening with our juveniles in Prince George's County and a timetable for seeing some results as a result of the comments and suggestions and the dialogue we experienced on Friday at the Bowie State University.
And there's going to be panel discussions and just really a chance for the community to just weigh in on this very important conversation. When we talk about juvenile justice, how big of a problem is this, seeing juveniles in detention centers in Prince George's County? And what do you think are some of the contributing factors?
Josh, would you like to?
Well, you know, some of the contributing factors really just has to do with the discipline we're seeing in the school system. You know, the behavior and the minor offenses that lead them to the school, to the prison pipeline. It's very important that we address it early on, because when you unpack it, you realize a lot of these students have mental health issues, or they're going through abuse at home, or they're facing mental or emotional abuse themselves. So really making sure we're actually diagnosing the issue instead of just throwing them into prison as a result.
And I know with the state's attorney, part of her reason for suggesting diversion programs is to really get to the root of the problem. And you sound like you really agree with that. I mean, you see some of the challenges that young people go through out here.
Indeed. I think it's very important that we realize that not every issue is a behavior issue. Sometimes we have to be able to talk with our young ones, you know, one-on-one, and realize, what's going on at home, or you know, why are your grades slipping, instead of just disciplining them right on hand.
And so at the symposium, people are going to have the chance to offer their suggestions for some solutions. What do you think is one primary solution that can be used with this?
I think one primary solution is really just engagement. Talk and get out. There's something called restorative practices that a lot of schools are using now to end the school to prison pipeline, and we should continue using that practice to really make sure that we're discussing and engaging instead of just disciplining and using behavior consequences as the first situation.
Absolutely. Calvin, I do want to ask you, in your 20s and your years, you had some experience with the justice system. Want to ask you if there were some support services, or if someone took the time to really get to the root of your issue, how would this have turned your life around?
I don't think I'd have ended up serving 5 years and 9 months of my life in prison, I believe, and that's why I'm so committed to working with our state's attorney, Aisha Braveboy, and our Chief Judge, Sheila Tillison Adams, and people like Josh to really work on this. And as a council member, I want to ensure that I support them with the funding required with my other colleagues on the council to ensure we can have diversionary programs. The individuals like Calvin Hawkins, when they get to that point, will have some options so that they won't end up in the juvenile detention center or in an adult prison system. So if they were available when I was coming up, I'm sure I would have not done that time.
And I appreciate you being so transparent about that experience, and to be a very effective leader in our county. So thank you so much for opening up about that, and Josh for joining us. I think this is going to be a great event, a really important one for the community to get involved with. Again, the Youth Justice Reform Symposium happening Friday, November 15th from 9 a.m. to noon at Bowie State University Student Center. That's located at 14,000 Jericho Park Road in Bowie, Maryland. You must register to attend, and of course we got you. We're going to get all the details up on WSC9.com. Calvin, Joshua, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.